That show's been off the air for a while. Anyway, it is that time. We'll thank our friends at Capcom for quite foolishly letting us have fun with this. I'm Kios. Welcome to the stream. Tonight on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, we are joined by the full crew. Give you some info about them. Starting... Thanks, Dan. Starting with the one and only Florida man, last seen headbanging, holding an American flag, facing the incoming hurricane. It's Little Sharky.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be me this week. So stay safe. Let's have some fun. I'm a hat. Yeah, video games on the internet whenever I come back to streaming.
Voted most likely in her high school yearbook as, well, not most likely, but as the most fun a girl can have without committing arson. It's Lania.
I mean, we can also commit arson. Obviously, for legal reasons, that is a joke.
I feel like I just heard Shy laugh through your microphone.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Ikea. I have played Sea of Stars, and it's good. That's the only fact about me that matters right now. No, I plan on doing, since my birthday is Thursday, a kind of a marathon of my own, a bunch of streams in the next week or so of all of just the great things that are out right now. Baldur's Gate, Starfield, Sea of Stars, just all of it, because there's so much out there, and I exist only to turn things that are cool into content for others.
Gaming, if you will. Cool. Congrats on turning 29. Happy birthday. Speaking of turning...
That is a random-ass guess at my age.
Yeah, you're welcome. My mom's been 29 for the past 30 years. Still working out the math on that one. Anyway, speaking of turning on, voted by me in the last 5 minutes of most likely to figure out they have a mecha kink, it's Oni.
No. You realize if you could find a way to put mechs into Final Fantasy 16, Oni's libido would just explode.
No, it wouldn't. Nothing needs to change about that game. Suggesting that is treason. How dare you?
Well, voted most likely to be executed midstream. It's Sharky. No, go ahead.
Look, man, Armored Core 6 is fucking sick. Okay.
Is it fucking 6?
I hate every fiber of your being.
No, Chrissy, it's fucking Armored Core 6. Duh.
No, streamer, it is Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon!
True.
I thought it was Elden Ring.
Oh, I hate it.
I got nothing. The last game I played, I had to boot up DOSBox to start.
Anyway, been drawing more. Omega Striker Season 2. Got our wonderful beach lifeguard Asher skin. I love it. It's great. Yeah. Armored Core 6, Omega Strikers, and drawing. That's me the past few days.
When you're not being a sleepy little boy.
Look, man, working nights is hard.
Fucking girl, I know it. That's why I got knee pads.
Been working that bicycle pretty hard, huh?
Yeah. Listen, 3D printer parts don't pay for themselves. Speaking of, voted most likely to steal my Wiglet plush when it comes in, even though they have a horse cock of their own, it's Shy.
Hi. I am Shy. I am a ninja girl who likes to play video games for people. And let's see, stuff I'm known for: Final Fantasy XIV, Stardew Valley, Battleship, but we did actually finish that this week. So that was, or last week. So yeah, that was fun. I'm looking to bring something else out for the old playtime, and yeah, definitely looking forward to next week.
And last but not least, if Grumpy Cat was human, it's Chrisseries.
Oh, you're right way further than you know.
Oh, I know.
Hi, my name's Chris Reeser, the raid group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV. Wow. I haven't fucked that up in a long time. I also do retro RPG long plays when I'm not completely burnt out. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, Dan.
Baldur's Gate will be the thing that cures your burnout.
It won't be, because I can't do Baldur's
Sea
Gate
of Stars
before I
will
do
be
the
the
games
thing.
my sister gave me.
Oh, true. Also, how are your
Stars will be the thing.
how do your raid mates love your new soundboard?
Well, they fucking hate it. It's amazing.
You
That's what they
slammed your
get.
penis in the car door.
That's what they fucking get for abusing it, is I'm gonna add really awful shit to it, and then they're all gonna be mad.
Good, good. The fuckers will learn one day, right?
And if anybody is going to be at PAX West this weekend, let me know. I will be there as well.
How did?
I had the soundboard at 1.5.
animal carcass out? Why do we have dead things that need to be degreased in the house? I'm not mad. I'm just curious. But, you know,
Cats.
not
Why does this
why.
surprise you?
Where did you find a carcass that is not entirely cleaned?
I think he's talking about Shibu's projects, not the cats.
No, yeah, no. The cats are already in the fucking shit corner for pissing on the bathroom carpet.
As you do.
All right. Do I need to start getting questionable amounts of industrial supplies in that are going to make the neighbors ask even more questions they don't want answers to? Okay. I just didn't know if you needed anything. This by the way, this is like nothing. Like, oh, there's like decaying shit.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty
Hydrogen
standard.
peroxide?
Mhm.
You realize that 20% concentration hydrogen peroxide is like not a thing, right?
I mean, of course it is.
Special requested. We are not a biochemistry lab. I don't think that request is going to gain wings anytime soon.
Not with that attitude.
Listen,
What the fuck, Keto?
listen. There are many things that I've done illegally that I will never admit to on the internet. So, without further ado, it's your dad.
I give that to Sharky, right?
Sure.
You did. Am I keeping it or?
Yeah, go for it.
What the heck was my voice for this one anyway? I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about assassin.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson.
Why?
Good. Please, do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you.
Because I am an
He
agent
says
of
while holding
chaos.
a gun menacingly.
I would be delighted. Your pistol is enormous.
Yeah. After like a certain certain concentration level, it becomes
Best of
extremely
luck for
hazardous,
tomorrow,
though. That's
Naruto.
why.
Aunt, give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you?
Oh, yes, I will. Going back home. Yukatas are comfy.
Cosmo-san has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this.
Yeah, no doubt. Question mark. Is it Sholmes?
It's Sholmes. I can almost guarantee that's fucking Sholmes.
Of course, it's so obvious. How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now?
Ah! Mr. Sholmes?
Where have you been?
Sucking dicks down by the dock. For a dishwasher.
Why? You for serious? What an extraordinary question.
I didn't notice you at all.
No matter, no matter. Anyway, to more pressing concerns. Mr. Naruto.
Oh, yeah?
I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency.
To Japan, you mean?
Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who?
Ah, well... My father's just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau of Japan himself.
I see. Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow.
I don't think what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes.
Ah, dog. Professor Mikotoba loves giving out mustache rides.
There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty, unshaven father to see this sent.
I will, but what is it? I'm illiterate, suddenly.
It's it.
No questions at this time, if you please, Mr. Sato. All we can do is pray. And for once, my deduction is a Y.
Oh, just this time? Just this once?
It's the only time.
Ever. Only time ever.
Look, this is a problem that will be easily answered.
Doesn't that...
Malden! You may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man.
Yeah, all that opium's not going to smoke itself.
Right you are, my fellow. I certainly have no time to hide behind the seats.
Settees.
Settees. And eavesdrop on other people's conversations.
Do you know what a settee is?
Tea sets, I guess.
No, it's like a chaise lounge. Do you know what a chaise lounge is?
No.
Okay, you know what a daybed is?
No.
Have you ever
Okay.
seen furniture
I
before?
could imagine a therapist.
Okay, do you remember Titanic? I know that probably came out before you were born.
Yes, I remember.
Okay,
Titanic.
you remember the scene where her tits are out and he's like drawn like Leonardo
Okay, I
DiCaprio?
get
Yeah,
it.
that's a chaise
Yes.
lounge. Not the tits, not fucking what is it? Kate Winslet. The
is.
fucking the thing she was lounging on.
It's kind of like a couch. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
Kinda
I
like
knew I could figure this out. Every fucking young teenage boy remembers seeing Titanic.
I never saw Titanic.
That's because you weren't a young teenage boy at that point in time.
It's true.
I was.
Yes, you
weren't.
were.
You were too young.
No, my parents actually took me to see it at the movie theater because I, as the more than likely autistic young child that I am, had a fascination with marine biology as well as fish, as well as the Titanic. I believe I would have been 6 or 7 years old.
I was going to say, you were not a teenager.
Yeah, no. My mom covered my eyes during that scene.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, though, she still said it's the quietest I've ever been for the longest amount of time in my life. Anyway.
Still true.
I believe that.
Eat shit and die. So that's what joining us for tea meant. Sorry, excuse me, sir.
It's like when I was allowed to play Final Fantasy VII, but my mom told me to save before Wall Market and then gave me my save back in the tower.
That's crazy. Is that real? Did that really happen to you?
Yeah,
That's
that really happened.
fucking
It's
wild.
You know, all of a sudden,
I love that story.
you make a lot more sense.
My mom worked for fucking Electronic Arts. I don't know what you want. She knew what she was talking about, and she knew that that was not an appropriate thing for a young child. And I
What?
played it back later and went, oh yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. My
What?
mom wouldn't let me watch that raw anal sex scene in Final Fantasy VII. Weird.
Right?
Yeah, never mind.
What do you think happens in the changing room at the Honeybee? Huh?
There's no sex in the champagne room.
Thank you, Chris Rock.
You're playing Conker's Bad for a Day as a child.
Yeah, I did too. That was great. My mom did not like any of the songs in that game.
I had Duke Nukem.
The Great and Mighty Pooh was a great song.
It's great, yeah, until your mom doesn't like you singing it.
And I'm going to throw my...
Shit at you.
The funny thing is, my dad and I would play Doom together. So if that tells you the dichotomy between the two parents.
Yeah, hey, listen, good cop, bad cop.
I
Yep.
convinced my grandparents that Doom was a Christian game because, you know, you're shooting demons.
That is
Great.
that is the most Florida
Wrong.
shit I've ever fucking heard, and I don't care if people don't understand that.
You're welcome.
That's excellent.
Go on, Oni.
I leave the sending of this in your hands then, my dear fellows.
Ah,
Whoosh, I'm gone.
wait a minute, Mr. Sholmes.
He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace.
Yeah.
We went
Also,
running.
he also didn't say where we're sending it. He said, "I need you to send this to Japan." Like it's not the size of California.
It probably wasn't that size in this, time period.
It may have been bigger technically. I don't. Did they? They may have controlled parts of China at that point. And he left the unpaid bill for his tea behind too.
I must catch up with Father at the telegraph office at once.
And I'll run and call us a cab straight away.
With your gun?
Yes.
That is a good way to get the cabbie's attention.
True. And there was
It's
me
a
thinking
cabbie.
everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Sholmes' bill.
If it's like the cabbie that was in the previous case, I'm pretty sure the guy's getting a heart attack in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm by myself. Guess I'll go home. You know, just a little alone time. Yeah, just do some.
2nd November. Naruhodo's legal consultancy.
Oh,
Do some
damn
tea.
it.
I lived, bitch! Are you alright, Miss Naruhodo? It's fair.
Eh.
It's rather unusual to find ourselves here in the middle of our investigations.
It's It's just occurred to me that I might have forgotten something when we left this morning.
Please don't worry. As long as you continue to investigate this thoroughly, you can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah, of course. I must get back to work as soon as possible. All right.
Hey, lazy shit.
Great hint, game. Oh, she ain't got shit. Back to the prison? Barry, how's it going? Barry, you don't have new things for me. Hey, there we go.
2nd November. St. Sinners Hospital, Ward 3.
This is the ward where Mr. Vigil was brought, apparently.
To be frank, I'm a little worried about seeing him again.
The Lord. Hello again.
Ooh, that sounds good, Rianne.
Are you feeling better now, Mr. Vigil?
Yes, thank you. Somewhat better.
Also, how's our audio balance sounding? Good, bad, need adjustment? I'm so sorry to have caused you to, I mean, it was because of me. If I hadn't exposed your secret and forced you to remember things you'd obviously tried to forget.
Ulysses. The prosecutor was here until a few moments ago, too. You just missed him.
I'll see him in my private chambers later. Oh! Oh, Cosma beat us to it.
He said much the same as you. He was very apologetic. But the truth is, I brought all this upon myself.
Please, don't think like that.
Keeping it from Evie, my wife, all these years, I've carried such a sense of guilt.
I'm 100% waiting for this dude to just like snap his own head clean off of his neck.
He definitely looks like that's what he's gonna do. But that's not the worst of it. Over time, I obviously came to deceive myself as well.
You mean about your dismissal?
Looking back now, I'm beginning to think that perhaps Inspector Gregson didn't stumble across me by accident at all.
I make really good mashed potatoes.
I mean, he compensated me so generously for acting as his stand-in. He was clearly concerned for my well-being and doing what he could to help.
So perhaps Gregson knew exactly what had become of Mr. Vigil all along then.
I'm sure this is just desserts for 10 years of lies and deception, but... It wasn't me that helped the professor escape 10 years ago. It wasn't me! I swear it! I swear it's true.
Oh, Mr. Vigil.
I'm sure you'd rather not dredge up even more from your past at this time. But, I'm gonna ask anyway. Good luck. If possible, could you tell us exactly what really happened? That man looks like he just absolutely had his soul removed from his nutsack, body.
Where soul meets body.
Soul meets body.
I want to. I need to get all this off my chest.
Word.
I just want someone to tell me what I should have done. Inspector Gregson was obviously engaged in a special operation of some sort. He was investigating something that even Scotland Yard couldn't know about.
Details of the Reaper's marks, yeah.
And he had to carry out those investigations that I would take his identification and impersonate him.
You'd pretend to be the inspector and carry out investigations on his behalf?
Oh no, never. A common street peddler couldn't possibly carry out a proper police investigation. All I would do is go to the specific location and make a little hoo-ha.
And excuse me?
Make a little hoo-ha. You know,
I can't believe that's the actual words.
a little vajay. Just something to leave an impression, so everyone there would think a detective called Gregson was here.
A little vaginal rejuvenation.
So, that's what you were doing on the day prior to the incident?
Yes, creating a little hoo-ha.
Creating a little hoo-ha.
This is terrifying.
Yes, he asked me to make an appearance at the park on Lime Street for the Red-Headed League event. So as usual, I flashed the inspector's identification around and was very vocal about my presence.
Okay.
I also ate half my body weight in fish and chips.
You took a prisoner by those red-headed monsters.
Yes.
So, you would always make a point of showing Gregson's identification and generally being loud?
That's what the inspector asked me to do, yes.
That's one way of becoming a legendary detective, I suppose. Not a good one, though.
As you know, I suffered this bruising around my neck at their hands.
Wait a minute. Did Gregson log these hours as overtime? Because I swear to God, if he's abusing the pension plan, I'm gonna... Oh wait, he's dead, never mind.
Is he?
Yes?
But the following day, they kept their word and released me.
Without returning the inspector's identification to you, however.
We had arranged to meet in the Fresno Street room at 5 that day so I could report back to the inspector. But at the agreed time, that's when I heard the gunshot.
And the spotlight looks like a prison break.
It was midnight on the 17th June 10 years ago. That was the time scheduled for the execution.
But the professor's execution never actually took place, did it?
Or rather, the execution itself must have been used to the effect of the plan of escape. I hardly dare to imagine what a chilling plan it was.
Barclay was renowned for being the highest security prison in the country. Everything that went in or out of the place was searched multiple times.
I wish that was me, for real, for real.
But there was one notable exception.
Coffins?
Or rather, one notable loophole. Something that was never questioned.
I have a feeling I know what that loophole was now. The coffins into which the bodies of the executed convicts were placed, correct?
Yes. Once the coroner had confirmed the death of a condemned convict, the body was taken in its coffin for immediate burial in Lowgate Cemetery just behind the prison. The chief warder first had to sign the necessary papers. And after that, no member of staff was permitted to touch the coffin containing the body again.
Oni, I'm gonna be real mad if your new model doesn't have Iris's pouty face on it.
I'm gonna be real mad if it doesn't have her dumbass hat.
Yeah, you would.
When executions took place, only the executioner and the coroner were permitted inside the chamber. I would wait in the adjacent room for word that the condemned convict was dead. On that occasion, once I had the confirmation, I went into the mortuary to find a lone coffin as usual. The procedure was that I would sign the paperwork.
Show me
having
mashed
checked the
potatoes.
coffin, then nail it shut. But for some reason that day, the coffin was already nailed shut.
Oh no.
I didn't think anything of it at the time. I assumed my deputy must have checked the coffin and nailed it shut before I had arrived.
So, you mean the coffin contained...
Yes, I can only imagine that Asogi, having escaped his execution somehow, was alive inside the coffin. The coffin was then taken out through the main gates and deposited in Lowgate Cemetery.
Presumably, there wouldn't have been enough air inside to breathe for long.
Wood is semi-porous. You'll be all right. So in the early hours following the burial, someone dug up the coffin again to set Genshin free.
But in the end,
It doesn't even matter.
We tried so hard and got so far.
he was fatally shot in the graveyard anyway. What on earth really happened in Locate Cemetery that night, I wonder?
I'm afraid I really don't know. All I can say with certainty are two things. Asogi couldn't possibly have escaped that way without help from somebody working in the prison. And that somebody was not me.
All right, I guess. Obviously, you knew the man then? The professor, I mean. Genshin Ashogi?
Yes, you could say he had quite an impact on me. I remember him well, in fact.
Would you mind telling us what you know?
Well, having been condemned to death as he was, any contact I had with the man was short, obviously. After the trial, which was carried out behind closed doors, attended only by elite members of the judiciary, they called for his execution to be carried out at the earliest possible opportunity.
The outcome of the trial was set from the beginning, wasn't it?
It was a time of delicate diplomacy when Britain and Japan were in the process of signing an important treaty. That meant that this potentially destabilizing case had to be dealt with swiftly and discreetly.
Like a fart in a cramped elevator.
The man had less than a week in total. As I was the chief warder, I oversaw his short stay in the cells until his final hour. I remember being struck deeply by his noble character and his incredible resilience.
Oh, yes. Very noticeable things. Their incredible resilience. What does that mean?
What does that mean? He was a killer of many men, but he was always quiet and polite. He was a gentleman and a man of intellect.
He was a man of action. He is Dr. Tran.
In fact, I couldn't bring myself to believe what he'd done, so I asked him one day. The 5 members of the aristocracy whose lives were taken, were you really responsible?
Who wants it?
Who was Genshin? I don't even remember.
Shy, you're up.
I'm guilty of the unforgivable crime of ending their death under Hugh's life, yes.
The following day, the closed trial took place, and the verdict was no surprise.
Guilty.
That night, when he was brought back to his cell, I saw something. Something unusual.
Something unusual? What?
His penis. The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. As I said, it was the night following his trial, after he'd been found guilty. I was doing the rounds of the cells, and when I looked into Asogi's, I noticed that he seemed to have a sheet of paper in his hand.
Ah! His last will and testament, then. Presumably.
As soon as he noticed me, he hurriedly shoved it behind his back.
But why did you find that so unusual? Isn't it normal for a man to pen a will when he knows his death is nigh?
Yes, that's true. But there were special conditions to Asogi's incarceration, you see.
What sort of conditions?
Well, even though he was held in a cell designed for condemned inmates, he was allowed to keep his personal effects with him, with one exception.
Paper? Really? He was allowed his things? Well, that is unusual. Certainly.
Of course, he'd been convicted of killing 5 members of the aristocracy. But at the same time, he was a guest in our country from the Empire of Japan. The powers that be were determined that his final days shouldn't be needlessly uncomfortable.
And what was the exception you mentioned to the personal effects he was allowed?
That's the point. He wasn't permitted to have writing materials.
What?
Specifically, no pens nor paper.
So he was prevented from leaving any written record of what happened to him.
Yes, that was the long and short of it. I've no idea where he obtained the paper. Any writing materials would have been confiscated from him upon his incarceration. As I said, he hid the paper behind his back, and then he pleaded with me. What did you just hide behind your back?
Please turn a blind eye. This is my lifeline.
But you know it's against the rules.
You're the only person who's seen it. If you just agreed to keep quiet.
All right then. But what's on that paper?
A last will and testament. The This will is the only weapon I have left now.
I feel like that phrasing should be alarm bells, but nah,
Yeah,
no, not for our guy.
nah, it's fine. Totally normal. How can a will be a weapon?
So I decided to pretend I'd seen nothing, and I'd let him keep his will. But then later, it just seemed to vanish without trace.
What? What do you mean? It vanished?
It would seem that isn't the end of the story of this mysterious will.
I was the only person who saw Asogi's will, but
Somehow, it disappeared.
it was after Asogi's execution.
Which was actually an elaborate jailbreak.
The warders gathered up Asogi's possessions that were in his cell. They were all to be sent back to his family home in Japan, you see.
To poor Kazuma-sama.
And you're saying that it wasn't anywhere to be found among his personal effects? The will, I mean.
That's right. Though I didn't search through them myself. But Governor Caden was livid. He was screaming, It cannot have disappeared completely." Wow, having to do a voice within a voice.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't quite make sense, though, does it?
In what way?
Well, we'd understood that only Mr. Vigil was aware of its existence. In which case, how did the prison governor know to look for it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I really don't know how he knew.
I'll give you a hint. What if he was in on it?
No, nah, fam. But it certainly seemed as though he knew of the will's existence from the outset. Only he didn't refer to it as a will. What he said was, the Asogi Papers.
The Asogi Papers?
I really can't tell you anything of the subsequent events. Because, well, of what happened.
Your dismissal, and the way you blocked it all from your memory.
I'd forgotten all this until today. I don't suppose it's relevant to the case, though.
Well, anyway, thank you very much for sharing it with us, Mr. Vigil. We're very grateful.
I'm
I'm afraid there's really little more I can tell you. My wife Evie will be here shortly, so I do hope I don't appear rude, but get
No,
the fuck out.
not at all. Thanks again.
But what will become of you now?
Well, impersonating a police officer is a criminal offense, of course. I imagine that once I'm fully recovered, I shall be arrested.
Bro, that sucked.
Yes, and there are no more cases in this game, so I'm fucked. Don't... I always knew this day would come.
Well, I wish you well. Bye, Mr. Vigil.
But before you go, there's just one thing.
Hey.
The Asogi papers.
Uh-huh.
I'd be very grateful if you make no mention of the things I told you about them.
Do you have any good reason?
Ellipses. It's my understanding that their very existence is a closely guarded secret.
Well, yeah.
If it becomes known that I'd remembered, well, it could be rather troublesome, I think.
What's the matter to you? You're gonna be in jail anyway, idiot. Alright. Some sort of will that Genshin Asogi penned just before his death, which the man himself claimed was his last weapon. I wonder, perhaps it had something to do with his plan to escape? Well, if there's anyone who might know more about a document that Kazuma's father left behind,
Mr. Vigil's governor.
Then we know precisely where we must go. Back to Barclay Prison. Let's immediately
this seems like
defy
a
Vigil's
great idea.
request.
Yup. Vigil like, hey, my boss was sus and he might kill me if you tell him I told you this. And you're like, let's go tell him!
don't tell Papa.
Hell yeah.
2nd November. Barclay Prison, Governor's Office.
I gotta pee.
Enjoy. Have fun.
Good luck, have fun!
So, I don't remember who did this one last time.
Honestly, I think the last person who voiced him was actually Kyos.
That's funny. Does anybody want this one, or do I get to break out my Robin Williams impression?
I mean, we can see if Kyos wants to do it.
I'm assuming Susada's in this scene, so I definitely don't need it.
Yeah, hello.
So are you going to be Scottish or is it my turn?
Well, I don't think you've really had a part yet tonight, Sharky. Enjoy.
I had the first 4 lines like an
Ooh.
hour
ahead,
ago,
Sharky.
so that I've heard all about. I've
I
heard
was
all
gonna say
about.
it's between Sharky and Shy. Who would have the funniest Irish accent?
All right,
Scottish.
let's see what we can do here.
Oops. Apparently open a menu.
Absolutely, Sharkles.
I've heard all about your investigations. I read the report just now. You found him, eh? Vigil?
Yeah, luckily.
Well, anywho. The laddie doesn't now work here no more. So your case is naught to do with Barclay. I would not like you to get the wrong idea about that.
Oh, of course, sure. Mr. Vigil stopped working here 10 years ago now, so...
Yes, we've seen his dismissal notice, haven't we? He was given the job.
Oh, better than the clap.
Allegedly. Aye, Kimmer. You can very well. So, about a wee handcuff biscuit?
No, fuck off with those. They taste like cardboard.
Oh, they really are just like little handcuffs. And as hard as irons, too.
We break your teeth, that's the whole point. So, what's brought you down here today?
Well, there's something else we'd like to ask you about, actually.
Is that so?
We believe there might have been a document that disappeared from Genshin Asogi's cell. I think it's been called the Asogi Papers or something like that.
Ellipses. Did I no say Gregson's death is naught to do with things that might have happened at Berkeley? Leave the past in the past, laddie. Let's not footer about with irrelevant details.
His expression's changed completely. We're clearly on to something here.
That murderer's botched execution and the whole miserable escape. They were Barclay's darkest hour, eh? Shocking embarrassment.
Because the convict had a collaborator on the prison staff, you mean?
Aye, for shame. The coroner who confirmed the death of the man after his execution, Science Mummy. And my chief warder at the time, Vigil, who was in charge of the whole affair.
But Mr.
Yo.
But Mr. Vigil says he didn't know anything about it.
The rascal wouldn't they say otherwise, eh? More handcuffs.
Oh, how could I say no? You can never have too much iron in your diet.
You absolutely can. You 100% can.
Oh, of course. Everything's poisonous.
It's called hemochromatosis, and it's really, really bad, actually.
Yeah, it's awful for you. Is that... Am I confusing hemochromatosis with Wilson's disease? Wilson's is the buildup of copper, right?
Yeah, Wilson's is copper, I think.
Okay.
You still got to understand, I eat nails for breakfast, yeah.
When Mr. Vigil was handed his dismissal notice as a result of what happened, he was so despairing he jumped out of your office window, didn't he?
Okay, did he jump or was he, like, helped out?
The term
This is
is
leading the witness,
yeeted.
and I'm doing it on purpose.
The term is yeeted. I deny like what to say, but that's just Vigil trying to get out of it. Do you know thank you when I had jumped from the shock of his crimes being exposed, eh? I do.
You wouldn't say otherwise, though, would you?
A curse. I cannot shun all the responsibility myself. I should not have let him deceive me. Actually, there's barely anybody that kens what went on at the time now. With Gregson having been murdered and Dr. Scythe forbidden from having any visitors.
No visitors? Someone obviously doesn't want her giving anything away.
Well, we're not going home empty-handed.
I know what I dream of sending you a packing with milk in there. Here, take a hunk off or two.
Ooh. Well, it would be rude to say no. Wouldn't want to become anemic.
I suppose there's anybody who might well thinking about what happened back there. It'd be that lass from the forensic division, Maria Gowrie.
Maria Gory?
Aye, Scythe's daughter. She did not have no more, just the one. But the way Byrnes followed in the mum's footsteps, you did not ever see her without a scalpel in her hand.
Ah!
Mama, what is this?
Ah! Where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? I thought it was like a kink thing. Dr.
She is
Science.
slant, Mommy.
Don't ask me no questions, I won't tell you no lies.
Dr. Science's daughter, Maria Gory? Well, I guess we could do with talking to her. So, she's Dr. Scythe's daughter, but her surname is Gory?
Aye, there's some family history I'm sure, but I deny ken the ins and outs of it. She grew up watching her mum working with the bodies of folks who died in strange circumstances. Decided to do the same with her own life. I cannot understand it myself.
Perhaps she was driven by a deep respect for her mother.
Aye, sure, we'll go with that. Anywho, she was in charge of Gregson autopsy, I believe.
Right. And the coroner responsible for this incomplete report.
Someone told me once that the way Lassie always loved her mum's stories about cutting up the bodies. There's even a rumour that she used to listen to the funeral march as a lullaby. Did you forget to push to talk?
Well, then perhaps her mother might have told her about the autopsy from the case 10 years ago.
Aye, I'd say there's a fighting chance at least. After all, that was a life-changing case for all of us.
We really need to speak to Miss Gory herself about this, I think. Well, thank you very much.
I'm not happy about any part of this. Took years for Londoners to finally forget the whole professor business. Can you not get up on this, laddie? Stop asking pointless questions.
Eat my ass, it's my job.
Can you at least season it first?
I'm sorry, I don't like dredging up these painful memories for everyone. Or maybe I do and I'm just lying.
Can you not just stay away now? Leave me alone and tonight come back here, eh? How'd you come to ken about that, laddie? There's not many folks here, even in the prison, who's heard of the papers.
Well, I can't tell him Mr. Virgil told me.
I'm afraid our sources must remain confidential, sir.
We've been led to believe the papers are actually a last will and testament. Is that right? The professor's, or rather, Genshin Asogi's.
Ellipses. Aye, that's right. You're well informed, Jimmy.
Oh, is that the end of the silent treatment? But then, after the convict's execution, it mysteriously vanished from his cell, didn't it?
Havers, no. You're off the half-cock there. I'd think you didn't quite get your facts straight. It was there in the cell, exactly where it should have been.
Oh! Not what we heard elsewhere.
Let me just have a wee hulk around here. I'm sure I can find it. Aye, here you are, see?
Yes, let's keep the last will and testament and not allow the family to execute it at all.
Yeah.
There's
What?
already been one execution, we don't need another.
There actually wasn't! That's the whole problem!
The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi. Written with a calligraphy brush.
Of course, I cannot read a word of those Japanese squiggles. But mind it says he leaves all his worldly possessions to his son back in his homeland.
Yes, that's correct. That's the gist of it.
So, these are the Asogi papers?
Aye, of course they are. Papers written by Asogi, no doubt about it. There's no mystery here, laddie. That's your lot. After all the stramish of that Celestia of an execution, we sent the man's possessions back to his clan in Japan. That was the end of it.
Well, that's awfully nice of you.
I think we ought to make a record of this, Mr. Naruhodo, just in case.
The Asogi papers have been added into the court record.
Nice.
Nice half cock.
Thank you. One thing before you go your way, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah.
These papers are not what to do with Gregson's death. I prefer it if you did not make no intention of them outside this office. Or rather, I would not just prefer it. Consider it an order from the highest levels of our government.
Damn, shame you don't actually have that fucking power. Fine. Little bitch. Well, goddamn.
That was a whole lot of Scottish.
That was a whole lot of things going on
Honestly, it
there.
wasn't that bad. It was very solid Scots.
The script or my performance?
Your performance!
I've been watching Robin Williams do bad Scotsman impressions for 20 years.
Boyfriend!
We're gonna show him the Asogi papers.
Yeah, probably. Cosma, what do you make of this?
There's only one place where defense lawyers and prosecutors should discuss evidence. The courtroom. So it seems you're still confused by that situation. That's what I make of it.
You know what, bro? I'm glad your dad's dead. Fuck you.
Jeez.
Maybe.
But after all that, it's time to talk to Science daughter.
Yeah.
2nd November, Forensics Laboratory.
Oh, but look at you. Sitting at your desk with your dead things. And that's my owl in the corner where you don't have to look at it.
I like the Corvid in the corner.
Yeah. That skeleton plushie hanging by a noose is kind of cute too, in its own way. Someone sharpening again.
You're still not dead?
You still don't have a sense of humor?
Anyway, I don't have anything more to tell you about that specimen.
Actually, we're not here to ask you about Inspector Gregson. We were hoping to talk about your mom, Dr. Scythe. Is she seeing anyone? It's something the governor of Barclay Prison mentioned. He said that she was responsible for confirming the death of the professor after his execution.
Oopsies. That's not all Mama did.
See, Bubba Dash. What?
My mama carried out the autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks as well.
What? Really? The brother of Lord Van Zeeks? The professor's final victim?
The idea of carrying out an autopsy on a member of the aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted, and it was miraculously authorized.
That detective being Inspector Gregson, of course.
Quite an accomplishment for one man, really.
That autopsy provided a vital clue needed to arrest the killer. And Mama was there for that historic event.
What does this mean?
You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here in this very room.
This girl needs therapy.
The professor and Clint Van Zeeks. They both spent their final moments before their burial on that dissection table there. So this lab, Mama's lab, was instrumental in some of the country's most important events.
She really is proud of her mother. I wonder if you'd tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Gory?
Ellipses. The professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in attendance at Berkeley Prison's execution chamber and sign the certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mama is the best coroner in the world, you see. I was so proud of her.
But the execution didn't actually take place.
No, and worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know.
Oh dear, you found out recently, you mean?
I believed in her, in Mama, but now I wonder if I'm starting down the same path as her.
You mean because you omitted the time of death in this autopsy report? That's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it.
Just like Mama, I'm sure she was coerced by somebody too.
Was it Lord Strongfart? Yeah, that's my feeling as well.
There's no doubt that there were powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution couldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been on it as well.
The big man with the little handcuffs, according to what he told us. He was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it.
Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing.
Just who was behind this jailbreak all those years ago? You mentioned the autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks?
It was at a time when carrying out autopsies of murder victims was very unusual.
It's still not a practice that observed in our country, even now.
It turned out that he was the professor's final victim, and when the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as a secondary assistant. The person leading the procedure was called Dr. John H. Wilson.
Oh, really?
That's right, my daddy.
And there was one other person present, the primary assistant. He was a visiting student from the Far East.
Wait. A visiting student?
It must have been my father, Eugene Mikotoba.
Why did none of them tell us any of this? I had no idea Professor Mikotoba had been involved in something so important.
But the outcome of that historic autopsy was the discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor.
So that's how they came to identify Genshin Asogi as the infamous mass murderer. Do you happen to know anything about that piece of evidence? Can you tell us any more?
Would you like to see the records for yourself?
Yes.
Point of keeping records if people can't look at them. They're filed in Durfee at the back of those cupboards, with the other records from the last decade.
Thank you. Let's see. Van Zeeks. Van Zeeks. That's strange.
What? What, Mr. Naruhodo?
They aren't here. There's nothing under Van Zeeks.
There must be.
She's got a knife. Step back. Perhaps somebody took them away?
No, no one's allowed to take documents related to the professor case out of this room. But you're right, they're gone.
Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember?
It was... Oh yes, I remember now. It was 2 years ago. A consultant detective came one day, saying he'd like to see the records.
No, you...
Herlock Sholmes was his name.
Deep down, I knew that was coming.
Do you think he stole the records?
Does a duck with a boner drag weeds?
Oh no, surely not. Iris, that can't be right, can it?
What, the kleptomaniac opioid addict? Having sticky fingers? No, couldn't be.
Surely he didn't pawn it.
Iris? I'm gonna shit!
Leonard. I hope you don't mind, but
What is it, Iris?
I just remembered something very important I have to do.
Yeah, it's gonna have to fucking wait.
I'm going to have to leave you now. If you try to stop me, I will shoot you.
I will literally break your fucking kneecaps. I don't care how old you are. You better start fucking running.
You have to reach me first.
Oh, this is very sudden, Iris. Well, we'll come with you then.
Yeah, we'll come with you. It'd be very dangerous to leave a small child unaccompanied in the very dangerous city of London.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take Susato.
Oh, no. There's no need. You and Reno can take your time here.
No, I insist.
Bye now. Talk to you later.
Wait a minute, little girl.
Huh? Me?
I remember now. You've been here before, haven't you?
I'm 10.
Have you, Iris?
Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen then, too.
That's the way it usually works, yeah.
Was was I? I was 8. Anyway, sorry, I mustache.
Eurus?
I'll brew up a pot of tea for you when you get home. Later, sucker.
She's behaving really strange.
Ellipses.
Well, in that case, I guess we won't keep you any longer then either.
More ellipses. It's been quite a while since I had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer it if you were ready for dissection.
Well... Okay.
I love her. I love her so much.
I can't make any promises, sorry.
I love her so much.
It's a bit strange that the records of Clint Van Zeek's autopsy have disappeared. Coincidentally, Sherlock Holmes was here. But I think we've asked all we came to ask now. And with that, I will ask you all to go to bed. For it is time.
Holmes, you got some splaining to do.
Well, they all got explaining to do. Bunch of ninny muggins. Well, that was fun, I guess, and we learned that we can't trust anybody.
Even 10-year-olds.
Well, absolutely not 10-year-olds. Little fucking...
Especially not 10-year-olds.
Little fucking crotch goblins, fucking huffing vapes and whacking it and campers.
They're 10. They can't use vapes.
Uh-huh. Okay, buddy.
I feel like you don't know industrious enough 10-year-olds then.
You clearly do not know that many 10-year-olds.
What?
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to put a moratorium on the rest of this right now. It's a wee bit fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, kids are, man. Kids are fucking awful. Hate them things.
Kids out there, you know, committing tax fraud and whatever.
It's the best part about being a femboy. I can't get pregnant.
Not with that attitude.
Where's SNES? That just means you're not trying hard enough. Get out of here. Alright, well, hey, that was fun. It's a good time. Everyone have fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good enough. Alright, well, let's get some extraductions out here, and we'll send the, send everybody off.
Lovely.
Most likely to be staying up past their bedtime and complaining about being an eepy little boy. It's Oni Heart.
You know, my finger is like on the power button for the PlayStation. I'm gonna shoot some robots.
Yeah, for about 20 minutes, and you're gonna fall asleep in your chair like a fucking old man.
Wow, you just got fucking called out, bro.
No. Look, I got probably a total of 4 hours of sleep.
Oh.
Lies are the path of the renegade lad.
Oh.
You might want to get some rest.
Oh, you got 4 hours. Like, for the past 5 years straight, or just yesterday?
Probably the past whole week combined.
Oh, only a whole week? Oh, is baby tired? Does baby need uppies? Little tuckies? Need a bottle? Aw.
I fucking
Oh,
hate
I'm so eepy. Oh.
Oni's gonna have to get in his car and go gory on a motherfucker.
Listen, he knows where I live.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Door's unlocked. Just know I don't miss from within that 15-foot cone.
It's a 99% chance to hit like you had in fucking Baldur's Gate last night, Keo.
Listen, There is no targeting like in real life in Baldur's Gate. You got to go for the center of mass.
Anyway,
before Oni takes a 9, tell us about yourself. Sleepy boy.
You know, I am going to be playing some Armored Core. But I'm also going to be working on my models still. And you know what? If you haven't seen, excuse me, Boogie Pop Phantom and you like weird shit, watch it.
Mm-hmm. That shit's dope. Sorry, here you go, Oni. Here's actually something cool for you now that I'm done bullying you. I'm going to put that in regular chat. In case you need some cool idea.
Where?
In regular chat, like stream chat.
Oh yeah, horizontal. What is that? Corner pin?
Yeah.
Go plugin.
Yeah. Great use for that. Next up, if you turn on the Weather Channel, within the next 24 hours, you will be greeted by the sight of this man fist fighting a fucking hurricane. It's Little Sharky.
You have no idea how accurate that may or may not actually be. So, yeah, I'm in Florida, and while it looks like the center of this thing is going to go just a wee bit north of me, the next 48 hours are not going to be fun. So, yeah, hug your friends, tell everybody you love them, and don't take shit for granted, y'all. So, I'll be back before you know it, and we'll have some more fun next week.
Yeah.
Take care, fam.
It's about to get wet, wild, and windy like me after a long night at the sushi bar, not mean?
You be safe, Florida man.
You too, Michigan mom.
I mean, I don't have that much to worry about.
Except bears. But you know what you do have to worry about? Sea of Stars is out now!
It is.
Juan, tell us about it.
It's got a great battle system, and there's a mini game called Wheels that is like, what if Yahtzee, but also Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but also deeply frustrating. So, you know, it's great. Go play Sea of Stars. It's out now. Go play it.
Can we watch you play it?
You can watch me play it at some point after my birthday on Thursday, because I will be doing a bunch of streams next week of games that have just released, like Sea of Stars, Starfield, Armored Core, Baldur's Gate, and other things that I am not gonna have time in my life for, but that's what being a gamer is right now. So hey, join me.
Happy
Join
Fun
me,
Day.
friends and family. Also, in honor of Sharky, go play Florida Man Hurricane Hijinks on Steam, $10.
True. Sorry, I got distracted by a wonderful TikTok I have to show everyone before we leave. Speaking of distractions, look over there. It's a ninja.
Oh, where? Oh, you're talking about me. That's right. Hi, I am Shy. I play video games. This week, definitely odd. I don't know if I'm going to get in a stream on Thursday because, Thursday is an anniversary of Activation, and, I don't know what we're going to be doing yet, and some parts of it are a bit of a surprise, so, yeah. But rest assured that, when Juan goes live, I'll be with her as much as I can, helping her in my usual place.
Oliver, it is a surprise. I have planned nothing.
True.
Yep, so I'll probably end up planning it for her.
Some of us are doers, some of us are planners. Speaking of
Some of
both,
us let the chaise long.
I heard.
It's also my job to feed her grapes.
True, as one
Do
does.
you fan her with grape leaves as well?
Yes. Yes.
She's well trained. Good work.
Good job. Speaking of good jobs, and ADA compliant ones, it's Chris Rees.
God, fuck that project. Oh my god. I'm so sick of that project.
Same, bro. Same.
I just redesigned it from 6.5-inch stairs to 8x8s as stairs.
Fuck them.
Hi, my name is Chris Rees. In real life, I'm a civil engineer, but that's boring. So online, I lead the raid group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV, and I do RPG long plays.
Nice.
Like Sea of
And-
Stars.
Maybe.
You should do Sea of Stars.
And quick tip, there was a front page panel yesterday with Ashes High, Duke Donuts, Selena, and
Finn.
Maddie Sprick. No, Finn wasn't in it.
Oh,
Finn was watching and contributing, but he was not in the panel. And it's been uploaded to YouTube about Twitch and how to monetize and how to better interact with your stream. It's a really fucking good watch.
Hell
Totally
yeah.
recommend it.
nah. I've done some work with Ash before. Very, very, very smart lady.
They're all super talented. But yeah, Finn was there and he was helping out, but he was...
Yeah,
wasn't live.
he has a. I was confused. I thought because he has a panel at TwitchCon actually, also with Ash. About being.
Yes. The next panel does have him. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's a link to that.
All
if you
right.
are
To take us out, I have a lovely TikTok that I can only guess is from Quinn's burner account about Baldur's Gate 3. Anyway, with that, oh god, no. Double no! No. Good golly. Oh, what's up, Curbs? Catching us right at the end. Yo, what's up, Sea Lord Mikhail Gorbachev? Don't you have a wall to be tearing down? Oh, jeez. But yeah, welcome
How
in,
you
everyone.
doing, Gorby?
He had that fun. He had a liver spot on his head. That shit was funny.
Yeah, he did.
He's nice.
There is
nice-
Russian up in here.
True. But yeah, welcome in, friends. You caught us right at the tail end. I died last year. True. Hopefully y'all had a good time. How was Dark Souls for you?
I like that my absolutely jury-rigged setup decided to collapse literally as we were finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was excellent timing.
It's wonderful as I hurriedly shove things off of my screen. But welcome in, friends. I'm Kios. I normally do Final Fantasy 15 speedruns. Tonight you caught us at the tail end of our voice acting session. We were just wrapping things up, and we were gonna head out to raid somebody. Yeah, if you don't know Joy, aka Curbs, relatively new to the streaming sphere. I hope you had fun with Dark Souls, though. What?
He mute, he know death.
Yo. Alrighty. Oh god, 4 monitors. Always a tough one. But anyway, yeah. We'll go find someone cool to raid. I'll introduce you to some really cool folks. Before we go, give you the usual links. There is the Discord. Feel free to hang out with us. steal my music and cooking recipes, and just kind of keep up with what's going on. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, great way to catch up with this and pretty much all the other absurd content we do. Speedruns, cooking streams, keyboard builds, casual playthroughs, etc., etc. Yeah, oh, it was awesome. Tea drinkers, check out our blends we put together with our friends over at Adagio. Proceeds benefiting the Trevor Project, Trevor Foundation. I'm tired. And last but not least, I'm a throne partner now. So, if you feel like supporting the stream through gifts so Jeff Bezos doesn't get his dirty little dick beaters on your hard-earned cash, feel free to check out that. Also, if you are a content creator and you want a throne, well, good news for you. I have invite codes, so feel free to slide in and ask me for one. But for now, we're going to call it, let's go find someone to raid. I have to agree, though, like, absolutely you should be able to bang the goblins in Baldur's Gate 3. I love the Fire Mommy. She is great. Oh, God. When you meet Fire Mommy, you're going to instantly fall in love. All right. Yeah.